What's up, folks? We've got a replay for you today. This is going to be a ZVT, but it's not going to be our usual Terran player. Nope, it's going to be this man in the blue, DeadSouls, up against the familiar face, Mr. Timboslice. So this is a replay sent to me by Timboslice of a ladder game that he played recently. Let's see how this goes. Both players going to be opening up pretty standard, it looks like. Timbo droning up to 16. I do expect him to throw down that hatchery at 17. And his adversary, DeadSouls, going to be plopping down his barracks at the top of the ramp. Not really room for too much variation in these types of games. The only thing we might see is like a barracks out in the middle of the map or something, which could be pretty good on this map, Curious Minds. Smallest map in the map pool, of course, but that is not happening. Gas behind this, pretty standard stuff for a Terran. We've got an SCV scout on the way as well. And Timbo just going for the, I think, 18 extractor, 17 pool. Not sure the exact supply that he dropped those on, but probably something like that. 18, 17 or 18, 18. And DeadSouls, he did not get any army units, instead opting for the immediate reactor as well as the fast command center on the low ground. Scouting SCV just gonna go all the way around both bases, see pretty much everything, and then make its way to deny the third. Now Timbo going for a little transfer, sending his drones all the way to the last mineral patch. A very minor thing, but just makes your drones walk a little bit further. You lose a little bit more mining time. We do see Timbo going for the other third location, so this SCV, and not really being useful there. Timbo going for that line formation here. And just a note on this base, it just makes it a little bit harder to defend against tank pushes, because you know, put a tank right here, it's pretty secured. It's only got a small surface area for lings to get around. Very annoying to deal with. So that's something perhaps to keep an eye out for later on. And this SCV didn't... Okay, so it did find out that this third was placed there, and he's just gonna be chilling here. Meanwhile, DeadSouls going for that command center, sorry, the orbital, rather. And he's just been pumping out Marines, and he does have the reactor on his factory now, so he's gonna be churning out Hellions 2 at a time. A little bit mistimed, that's awkward. But not going to be too impactful. Starport on the way as well. Still only just that one initial barracks. And yeah, I mean, DeadSouls, he's investing a lot into this technology. Getting the double reactor. And his worker count in the natural kind of lacking. Going for it. An armory as well, so that means these Hellbats are going to be able to morph, these Hellions rather, are going to be able to morph into Hellbats. Scout coming in from Timbo, gonna spot, did he spot that starport? Yes, he does. And as far as he's aware, he thinks there might be 2 barracks. So maybe a little bit of misinformation there, not sure if he'll really read into it that deeply. It looks like DeadSouls is going to be going for a bit of an attack now, masking the strength of his attack by loading the Marines up into that medevac. So if Timbo sees this, he'll only see 5 Hellions. Maybe he'll feel safe to engage that with Queens, and then the Marines can drop out and surprise him. But I don't think he spotted it, so that's not going to come into effect. And here comes the attack. Going to be pretty scary. Timbo's going to be evacuating his drones. Not too many going down. Only, I think, 3 went down. This observer interface doesn't show the drones lost, unfortunately. And yeah, Timbo kind of caught with his pants down. Doesn't have anything to defend. Likely gonna lose this third. And that is pretty rough. Yeah, just losing that third. Not even putting up a fight. And now DeadSouls is going to be loading back up and just evacuating, I think. Timbo going to be retaking a third at the other location. And keep in mind, he didn't lose that many drones, so it's not that bad for him. He's still at 46 compared to 37 of his opponent. But mules are a thing, so it is going to be kind of even. Scan going down somewhere. And here comes Timbo with an attack of his own. No Baneling speed. That's a pretty grave error. And those Widow Mines killing that Baneling, which causes it to kill those Widow Mines. A funny little bust here with the slow Banelings. Lings kind of clogging it up, but they do get in eventually. And big damage going down. He was at 37, now he's at 25 SCVs. These Widow Mines not burrowing. They could have potentially taken out all these Lings, but big mistake there from DeadSouls. Gonna be taking a lot of damage here. Small counterattack with 5 Hellbats. Shouldn't really be able to get too much damage done with all these Queens. I mean, I think these 4 Queens themselves could deal with it. Lings show up, gonna get roasted. Kind of throwing away your Lings there. And not sure why the Queens aren't coming back to help, but this hatchery under a little bit of fire now, literally. And here come the slow Banelings waddling in. Lings gonna clean that up as well. Still no Baneling speed? Hello? He's had Lair for quite a while now, but not gonna be getting that, I guess. 2 Banshees randomly showing up. Do they have Cloak? Yes, they do. And that's his only upgrade. Wow, okay. I didn't realize that before, but yeah, that's a pretty big error in itself. You definitely want stim, you definitely want combat shields. And so that push earlier was a lot weaker. And these 2 Banshees doing a ton of damage. Timbo, he does have the Overseer, and he could just bring his Queens over to defend this, but this hatchery now getting kind of low. Is it going to go down? Only 1 Queen on the defense? Hello? But DeadSouls kind of respecting this a little too much, and he is going to come back in, start working away at the hatchery again. Is it going to go down? Lots of energy on this Queen. Can do some transfusions, and it does drop 1, does drop 2. It's going to keep the hatchery alive for now. This 1 Banshee so low. And finally, the other Queens show up, and that should be enough to push this back. It was a close one, but Timbo saves the hatchery. That is absolutely huge. That is a lot of mining that he very desperately needs. Worker counts still significantly in Timbo's favor, but DeadSouls is going to be dropping his 3rd orbital on location soon, and triple mules going to be pretty good. And Timbo now finally getting his Baneling speed, going for double Spire. I mean, he does have a lot of minerals, not so much gas, so I don't know about this double Spire play. And Spire does finish. Let's see how long he waits before he gets any mutas. And oh, canceling that 2nd Spire. I think that's a wise choice. You don't have that insane of an economy. So getting that 150 back is good. better to have not spent the 200 in the first place, but at least you get a cancel, get some of that money back. Now this third is fully mining, going for that fourth once again. Here's another small, very weird looking army from DeadSouls. Small little Ling Scout here, just confirming that third. And here comes this 6 Marine, 3 Banshee, 2 Widowmine push. Very awkward, and oh! Widowmine shot's pretty big. But not going to be enough to really snowball this position. And the Marines still don't have combat shields. This guy, what are you doing, DeadSouls? 10 minutes into the game, you don't have combat shields. And some people might think, oh, what's the significance of combat shields? Is it really that good? The answer is yes. 100%, absolutely, it is very good. Gives your Marines an extra 10 HP. So if you have 10 Marines, that's 100 HP on your army. Yes, it is absolutely a very important upgrade to get. He is now finally starting that up, but very late on that. DeadSouls just repositioning here, gonna take out 1 Overlord. He does have +2 attack to Timbo's 0-0, and that's pretty nice. Timbo is dropping the double Evo now. Does need to catch up on those upgrades a little bit, as DeadSouls about to get +1 armor as well. And finally, we have some mutas here. How many is that? I think 12, is that right? And DeadSouls going for another attack now. Lots of Marines here. They don't have combat shields just yet. And Timbo's gonna chase. Huge Widowmine shot there. A hot pickup out of DeadSouls. But here is the counterattack from the mutas. They are causing havoc in the natural base of DeadSouls. So many SCVs going down. Meanwhile, this fourth from Timbo, relatively safe for the moment. Timbo kind of venturing off creep there. And ooh, that's kind of an awkward fight trickling in. Kind of want to pull back at this point. And these Lings, I don't know if they can really fight this. The upgrades for DeadSouls, a little too good. These mutas doing so much damage, reducing DeadSouls back down to 25 workers once again, and they're going to find even more at the third. Looks like DeadSouls might be able to take out this fourth location, but no, he picks up, and it's going to have to slowly drop back down, and that's going to give time for these Banelings to finish, but the fourth is going to go down. And now Timbo going to chase, going to take out that 1 siege tank. These mutas, only 6 of them left, but they have reduced DeadSouls' SCV count down to only 18. And gonna want to run away now when the Marines show up, but looks like he's not paying attention, gonna lose all the mutas. That's unfortunate, but they did get their work done. Very efficient mutas there. 56 SCVs have gone down to only the 14 of Timbo. Resources lost, gonna be favoring the Terran player, but of course the Zerg has had better economy for most of the game, probably all of the game to be quite honest. He is now sitting at a pretty 63 drones compared to the 24 of his opponent. But he is not out of the woods just yet. There is a lot of Marines here. They have +2 attack. And here comes Timbo, and oh, he's just going to swallow up the entire Marine army. No hot pickup there. And these medevacs gonna lose to the spores as well. DeadSouls saying, dude, how? Well, when you venture deep onto creep like that, you just get exploded by a bunch of Banelings. That's not really what you want to do. And in terms of how Timbo got that army, well, just look at the worker count, look at the base count. He's just got a better economy, better workers. Upgrades is the one thing he's falling behind on. Timbo's saying not sure. And Timbo actually bringing the fight out. Gonna be taking out these tanks. And DeadSouls feeling very salty about this game. You just have more. Yes, that is how that kind of works out when you let your Zerg opponent drone up to 60. And yeah, the harassment wasn't really there for DeadSouls. He went to attack and he got some good damage taking out the bases, but the drone count left relatively untouched, and GG's gonna get called. I don't think he even GG'd, but Timbo gonna take a very dicey and even kind of close ZVT against Mr. DeadSouls.